Good morning to all. Now, in this particular video of mine, wherein I'm inviting each one of you, a different strategy has been introduced from my side, and I have taken the initiative wherein, in this particular workshop also, while I was conducting, and I observed that many of the scholars are always, facing difficulties while interpreting and how to report the results of our data analysis. So here I have gone through and collected some of the books, which are necessary for us to understand at different levels. Some of them are exclusively from our, programmers themselves who have published the book. Some of the are the classical books which our teachers keeps on telling us, or the experts like Dr. Nitish Kaushik sir, they keep mentioning about those books that we can go ahead and definitely look at them so that we can, really use them for our own, interpretations while we are reporting about the data analysis results that we have got, especially in our papers or theses or the dissertation. So here we go, and I have collected some of the books, if not the full, the entire set, though there are, I think, some more wonderful books which somehow I need to add to my collection, and I'll be sharing it as and when it is possible, also side by side. The first book that definitely I would like to go ahead and I myself learned from this book, and it is through the suggestion and recommendation which Needed sir keeps on telling us, and that is to use the book, especially published by Nancy Leach. So let me take you through this book also, what is the title, and we can know what are the contents of this particular book also. Now this book is specially meant for those who are, there are two books which I'll be showcasing to you by Nancy Leach. One is this particular book, and the other book which is presented out, it is there in my list. I'm aware of it, and let's see if it is there. Yes, I can see this one, and you can have a look at the title. The first book tells us about the one that I was showcasing, and this is the best one which I also find it out. Even when I was a learner and I was trying to use the interpretation as suggested by Nancy Leach herself in her these two books also. So for introductory statistics, SPSS, for introductory statistics, use and interpretation. The title itself very clearly tells us how to use it and how to interpret it for our data analysis. So if we look, and this is by 3-4 authors, one of them is Nancy L. Leach, George M. Morgan, Jean W. Glockner, and Karen C. Barrett. Now I know Morgan, Leach, and Barrett have really published wonderful books in the domain of the statistics also, side by side. This is the complete name title of the book, that is SPSS for Introductory Statistics, Use and Interpretation. How we are supposed, now especially to those of you who are not very comfortable with RStudios, however had been using SPSS, which is the IBM product, this is a tremendous, I should say, very useful book in that manner. Now if you look at the content of it, you can see that the authors have really worked hard to make us understand various variables which are there, research problems and questions. So in depth, maybe I should also come up with a video of mine wherein I'm discussing each and every chapter line by line, and make you understand how Nancy Leach and the other authors of this books are going to go ahead and tell us how to use it, as well as the interpreting the data. I think I should also start coming up with those details in my recordings of my videos also. So number one is that. Then secondly, data coding, entry and checking. Now for me, when I'm using the RStudio, some of them are totally aware. So there are some books wherein we can see the content and understand certain things which are being dealt even in RStudios also, side by side. So however, before that, some of you who are really interested, you can go ahead and look at the interpretation questions that are there for each and every. I would definitely come up and would be discussing data coding, entry and checking. plan the study, pilot test, collect the data, code data for data entry and what is happening, measurement and descriptive statistics, understanding your data and checking the assumptions which are present. Now you see, majority of the time we have a lot of problems even checking the assumptions also. So Nancy has really I would say discussed it in depth. Data file management, what all things are involved in the data file management. She has really discussed it. Many of us again are short into this one, and we don't like to discuss it also side by side. Selecting and interpreting the inferential statistics, this is another thing that is very nicely explained. Cross tabulation, chi-square, non-parametric measures of association. Now me also as a student, when I had the problem, this was the best book, and I really thank Neeraj sir for this when he recommended this book, that yes, you can go ahead and you should read line by line for the interpretation and usage of your own data analysis. This is the best book. After reading it, I understood what is the reason behind it, and you can see correlation and regression in depth have been discussed out here as per the IBM SPSS, comparing groups with t-test and similar non-parametric tests, analysis of variance, which is ANOVA out here, and the appendices also has been taken. This becomes the introductory part of your statistics basically, if you look at the title. The second book, let me come up in the next video, wherein we can go ahead and we can understand what are the higher end books that she is recommending and what exactly do we have to do in that one. So keep catching up with the next video of mine. Till then, thank you for watching. Take care and have a wonderful weekend. Bye bye.